Hi, my name is Krissy Bykonen. I'm a registered dietitian. I have worked in the weight loss services department at Benefis for the last 5 years. Great question. When we're trying to get the most bang for our buck with fullness, a good combination to shoot for a morning breakfast to get to lunch is going to be a protein fiber combination. So breakfast protein foods are going to be things like eggs, yogurt, cottage cheese, peanut butter, and your fiber foods are going to be fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. So when you're combining those two things, that's usually a good combination for fullness for children. So that combination may be a piece of whole wheat toast with peanut butter, maybe cottage cheese or yogurt with a piece of fruit. Or something that I like to make at home are egg bites that you can make in muffin tins, and you can put some vegetables that your child likes, maybe with some diced ham or cheese, and it's a quick grab and go breakfast. Caffeine with children is tricky. The American Academy of Pediatrics has no recommendation for caffeine for children. They recommend it be as minimal as possible. There are other countries such as Canada that do have parameters for caffeine. So my recommendation for a weekly frappuccino would be asking for a decaf option if possible. The other thing to really pay attention to are the additives, the sugar, whipped cream, things like that that are also added into it aside from the caffeine. So just as an every now and again treat, and then if you could switch to decaf, that would be something that would be okay in moderation. School lunch is tricky business, so the food service director has a really difficult job. She does have parameters that she has to meet, so there has to be whole grains offered, fruits, vegetables, dairy product, and protein, but she also has to balance it with lunches that kids will actually eat. And so the school lunch program does meet those parameters. Those lunches do meet the guidelines. But if you're looking ahead, I recommend looking at the next week. And if you feel like the lunch might be missing something, you can pack that whole lunch for your child that particular day. So maybe a sandwich on whole wheat bread with a fruit, a vegetable, a dairy product, and a protein in there. Or you can just pack what you feel like that lunch might be missing. Maybe you feel like it isn't adequate in fruits or vegetables, so you can just pack that side for your child as well. I will say it's great that you're paying attention to this and that you're staying vigilant. And so just looking ahead, coming up with a plan, and then packing if you feel like that lunch maybe isn't covering all the bases that you're hoping to cover. Making up at home as well. So maybe for breakfast or dinner that night, you go extra heavy on the vegetables or whatever it might be, again, that you feel like they're lacking. So I think most parents can relate to this question. Feeding young children can be really stressful, especially when they get stuck on a particular food. I've been there. I think most parents have been in this situation. So a short stint of eating the same food over and over again is really unlikely to result in a vitamin or mineral deficiency. So my recommendation is just to continue offering a variety of foods. And so you maybe have that same food, that mac and cheese, but offering a fruit and vegetable with it. You can also add in some sneaky vegetables, so maybe pureeing a little bit of cauliflower and putting it in that mac and cheese if you think you can get away with it. You can also switch up the noodles a little bit. So if you're making the macaroni and cheese, they have cauliflower noodles. They have whole wheat noodles or garbanzo bean noodles, so you can mix it up that way, adding in a little protein, so maybe some diced chicken, but just knowing that your child is probably going to move on from that and on to the next thing. And so it's great that you're paying attention and that you're worried about these things, but a short stint of having the same food over and over again is likely not going to be harmful. Just keep trying to get that variety in there, having different foods. maybe asking your child to try what's made for dinner and then having the mac and cheese as a backup. It sounds like you're doing a good job of trying to offer those other foods and that variety, so keep up the good work there and don't stress too much. The key to nutrition with school-age children is just all about moderation and balance. So not every day is going to be perfect. Kids are going to be choosy and maybe they don't like a lot of vegetables or fruits, so just trying to add in that variety. Continuing to offer your child a multitude of different fruits, vegetables, proteins. If you're interested in your child seeing a registered dietitian, I recommend having them get in contact with their pediatrician who can place a referral to a dietitian that works with children. So thank you for submitting your questions. If you have additional questions or you'd like to schedule an appointment, you can contact the Benefis Pediatrics Department at 406-731-8865.